Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this recap video, let's cover bonds. There's no scenario in the present macroeconomic environment that I do not like bonds. Bonds work if the FOMC remains patient. Bonds work if the FOMC hikes rates. Bonds work if the FOMC cuts rates. Now, the one that might stand out as an unusual scenario is what if Jerome Powell flip-flops again and starts sounding hawkish or less accommodative, or heaven forbid, although I do not think this is going to happen, heaven forbid he hikes rates sometime in summer or something along those lines. Bonds will still benefit because the equities markets will absolutely collapse. They'll sell off harshly, and bonds will once again rally. So no matter how you want to slice it, no matter which way this FOMC wants to pivot, I like long bonds. We have since November, and the double bottom. This is what's known as being short yield. Short yield, long the 30 and long the 10-year. So pullbacks into the wave where the blue grab candles kick in. This is the neutral correction candle within an uptrend. Why would I call this an uptrend? We've seen really nothing but green grab candles leading up into and through the 200 EMA. All right, but this video isn't just about that, because this is a scenario that I've talked about quite a bit regarding bonds. What else works when I am so bullish on bonds and, again, so short on yields? Number one, if you haven't already noticed, we're right back in an environment where I'd like to get long bonds. So, in the free video, there you go. That's a trade that I'm looking at. We've actually sent that out as a setup. The deeper into the wave we get, the happier I will be. So say on the 10-year, a 121.20 entry. On the 30-year, something closer to 145.10. But as long as we're inside the wave, we have a valid buy. I would just like to be long as deep within the wave as possible. That's buying at the bottom end of this trending, this uptrending range. But here's two other markets that we have been long tandem with the long bond, and that is the ITB and the XHB. Now, when you understand what moves currencies and commodities, I think you can look at any market and understand why they would be moving also. So that's why I'm a big fan of making the entire playground yours, right? I don't want to just spend all day on the swings and the seesaw. I want to trade options, stocks, ETF, futures, Forex. I want it all. And when you understand the connective threads, they begin to confirm each other. In other words, the trends start to confirm each other. Here's a perfect example. When we were getting pretty aggressively long bonds, I mentioned to the members at Simpler Futures that if we like the long bond, if it can cross over the threshold of the 200 EMA, it's both a technical and a psychological threshold to the upside. Let's start looking for pullback buys. Let's start getting long the ITB and the XHB. Now, the pullbacks in this area were much tougher. We really didn't get that aggressive, although some traders started to build long positions at about $30 on ITB and about $32 on XHB, but most of our membership started saying, okay, this makes sense right in here. This looks like something I'm familiar with. Good old-fashioned pullback, propulsion dots, green grab candles. And by the way, if you're a member, you already know these are free tools. These are free tools that we make available. You'll see these tools available on the TradeStation App Store for free. These tools are available on multiple platforms. They're available for free on TradingView. We have the ThinkScript files available for free on Thinkorswim. So, these are tools that I make available. So I don't want anybody thinking I'm walking you through tools that you can't use. I've made a concerted effort to get these out to everybody because I think grab candles are amazing, often imitated, but never improved upon. I'm working on that, though. I'm trying to find a way to get to a grab 2.0. We'll see what happens. But in the meanwhile, green grab candles, pullback buy. If I am short yields, history tells me it's time to get long Homebuilders. It's time to get long construction, and that's what we continue to do. All right, so when you understand what's happening in commodities, think about the world that opens up. And these are two very connected markets to the 10 and 30 year. Keep an eye on them. I'm going to be buying pullbacks across the board in all four of these markets. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next update.